All right, welcome to the postgame pod right here on Locked On Ole Miss. Ole Miss an 11-1 winner over Charleston Southern in this game. They kind of run-rolled them, kind of did what they were supposed to do. They get out the door, they win the series, they go for the sweep tomorrow. But this is the postgame pod on the Locked On Ole Miss podcast.
You are Locked On Ole Miss, your daily podcast on the Ole Miss Rebels. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
All right, welcome to the postgame pod on the Locked On Ole Miss podcast. I'm your host, Stephen Willis. And, Ole Miss kind of put it together today. A little bit more in the extra base hit category. John Gaddis looked good. Riley Maddox looked good. Put those all together, and Ole Miss was able to cruise to an 11-1 win with a run rule. They have the final game tomorrow against Charleston Southern, against the Buccaneers. Drew McDaniel will be the pitcher. But it's a game where Tim Elko in this game had a home run, 3 RBIs, 2 hits. Peyton Chatagnier was like a complete menace, even though he was batting like 5th or 6th in the lineup. He ended up going only 1 for 3, but there's a walk on there. He's turning singles into doubles. He's stealing bases, things like that. Kevin Graham's 61-game on-base streak has come to an end. So now he has to start that all over. Hayden Leatherwood hit a pretty nice home run. He just missed a home run and then came back and straightened it out a little bit and got it over the fence as well. Ole Miss had 2 home runs on the day, 3 doubles, so that, up in the extra base hit category. In the game, let's see, Jacob Gonzalez, 1 for 2 as well. Had a pretty nice double going to the opposite way today as well. So, football might be over this season, but basketball's in full steam for both pro and college hoops. From the latest odds, player performance props, and where the next fired coach is going to land, BetOnline.net is the #1 sport for all your sports betting needs. BetOnline remains the best spot for all your sports scores, podcasts, and news this season. It's not just basketball. BetOnline.net is your source for hockey, boxing, UFC odds, right to the Olympic coverage and information. Head to the website today or use your mobile device to learn more about the trends in action. BetOnline, where the game starts. Also, this is the time of year when I've pretty much given up on all my New Year's resolutions, but not this year. This year I'm going to stick to my resolution to eat right. Thanks to Built Bar, it's almost like it's not really a resolution because I enjoy eating them. Have you tried Puffs? If you haven't, you're missing out on some of Built Bar's best tasting bars. Puffs are protein-infused marshmallows. They're fluffy, they're marshmallowy, they're not just a protein bar, they're a treat, and they're covered in 100% real chocolate. All Built Bars are covered in 100% real chocolate. Yes, Puffs included, 100% real chocolate. So go to Built.com, scroll down to the macros chart, and you'll be blown away. High protein, low cal, high fiber, low carb. Compare that to candy bars, which are usually around 240 calories, 30 grams of sugar, and dozens of net carbs. Mint brownie, coconut almond, and new for this month, white chocolate cookies and cream. They're all delicious, and their new flavors are coming out all the time. If they think a flavor might be good, they'll make it. It'll be delicious, and it'll be good for you. At Built Bar, they care all about the taste. They will make it taste delicious first, and then figure out how to make it healthy. I don't know how they do it, but they pull it off every single time. So here's the offer. Go to Built.com, use promo code LOCKED15 and get 15% off your order. Use promo code LOCKED15 for 15% off. Built.com. So, talking about this ball game, there's numerous good things that happened in this game. Like I said, the bats started to wake up. Today was a little bit warmer day than yesterday. I said yesterday the bats are going to wake up the warmer the weather gets. That's always happens. But in the early doldrums of February, it could be kind of chilly. And I think Friday night it was actually fairly chilly out there. Today, it's pretty nice, mid-50s day. Ball probably didn't sting as much coming off the bat. And it just woke up. And it just happened to be that way, and it worked a little bit better. So an 11-1 final, run rule game. Now, we're going to hit the high points on these post-game pods on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Just kind of recap what's going on, the news stories that came off the game. We're not here to try to break down anything. We're going to bring in Derek Vandegrift on Tuesday, and he's going to break down the game and the weekend it was, and all the major storylines from the baseball expert perspective. But these post-game pods are just kind of recaps of what's going on. So I want everybody to have a conversation. So right now in the chat below or the comments below, do me a favor. Leave the name of your player of the game. The player that is, I don't know, most responsible for game 2. Is it John Gaddis and his performance that put Ole Miss out on the good foot? Is it the shutdown work of Riley Maddox? Is it Tim Elko's bomb to center? Is it Hayden Leatherwood sending one out to right? Is it the scrappiness of Peyton Chatagnier? I don't know. So put those in the comments below. Let me know what's going on and the way you see it going. And, feel free to discuss amongst yourself how that goes on and defend your choices. But Ole Miss is an 11-1 winner over Charleston Southern. And, they won the series. They need to go get the sweep. Now, going into this series, a sweep should have been expected. There's going to be people that's always going to say you always take 2-1 and in baseball teams lose games and all of that stuff. But the reality of this is Ole Miss plays in the system to where every win matters. And it's baseball is not a logical excuse. Not when you're trying to get as big of a national seed as you're trying to get. Because if that comes up and you get that big national seed, you've got a bigger gap between the team that you're playing. And it's going to be at home. It's going to be at Swayze. It matters. So games like this matter. Midweek games matter. Because in the SEC, if Ole Miss goes 17-13, 18-12, 19-11, that's fine if they take care of business in the non-conference. And then your national seed can go up and up and up. And that way you're not going to Arizona and it being 120 degrees outside trying to play super regional. This way you can dictate a little bit your own terms. And Swayze can rock and do all the stuff that we're just expecting Swayze to be able to do. Everybody's showing out. I think the second most attended game was yesterday in opening day history. Nice crowd out today. So they're having a nice opening weekend session of people going to games. I don't know what it's going to look like tomorrow. Probably won't be as good as Friday and today because Sunday is going to be people having to go to work on Monday. So the crowd probably, I'm maybe half the size. Not that it's a bad thing. It's just the way it is. Anytime you play a game on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, you can plan on being here for the night game on Friday night and stay through, but you might not be able to stay for that Sunday game. It all depends on where you live. And traditionally, Sundays, are what they are. But nice crowd on Friday and Saturday. And all in all, Charleston Southern has made a decent account of themselves. Now, they lost the first game because they put too many people on base freely. Too many walks. Because walks will just get you beat in any level of baseball that you play. If you put free passes on base, it's going to come back to haunt you. Today, there was a little bit of battle in them. I like that, and it made Ole Miss kind of work. Now, you're going to look at the score, and Ole Miss ruled Charleston Southern. But that doesn't mean Charleston Southern didn't necessarily have fight in them. Now, it got away from them at the end. There was a drop fly ball. There was the, not even a drop fly ball, one to just kind of the third baseman misjudged. And whenever that happened, it kind of fell apart on them. But early in the game, there was a lot of fight in them. And that is going to be something that is going to help us down the stretch as we're getting ready for SEC play. Because all these games are getting us ready for the actual SEC play. Because those are the games that's really going to matter. That's where your resume is actually built. But you have to take care of these games. Each and every one of these games matter. Don't let anybody tell you any different. Each and every one of these games matter. Every opportunity dropped is a lesser chance that you're going to get a higher national seed and a better chance that you're going to have to go on the road after the regional. I mean, it is what it is. You have losses you can take. They're built into the schedule. But every time you do it, your margin of error gets a little bit smaller and a little bit smaller. That's what I'm saying. But tomorrow, Ole Miss is going for the sweep. They've got Arkansas State on, I think, Tuesday or Wednesday. And then next week we'll have another series as well. But John Gaddis got the win. Riley Maddox actually looked good. He had 19 pitches and 17 strikes. That's the kind of efficiency and filling up the zone that is good to see, especially from a true freshman. And I'm looking forward to it. I just really like how quickly John Gaddis works. His operation on the mound is good. I really like it. In the inside, outside, he seems to be fairly fearless in what he's doing, and he's just going to do what he does. So I'm going to enjoy watching him this year, and we'll see how he does in the next start as we progress towards SEC play, and then the SEC tournament, and then the regional, and then the supers, and then Omaha. All those things, and we're going to build on it all the way to the end. Just remember, games like this matter. And Ole Miss was 11-1 winner in 7 innings against Charleston Southern. They took care of the Buccaneers. Tomorrow we'll do Game 3. We'll do the post-game pod. We have Bill Flowers coming up on Monday's Locked On Ole Miss podcast. He's going to give his thoughts on the transfer portal and things like that. And we've got Derek Vandegrift coming up on Tuesday's pod talking about the weekend that was. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So anyway, until then, thank you very much for tuning in. And I hope everybody has a good rest of your weekend and enjoys their Sunday. I'll see you tomorrow.